Today we're talking about reasons not to quit. Reflections of Purpose. Hello, my name is Karen Sins, and you joined us here at Twisted Threads for our Reflections of Purpose. Yes, another installment, and as always, we get right into it. We want to talk today on the topic of the reasons not to quit. So why quit? Why quit? We understand that there are times in our lives where things get hard, things get difficult. And a lot of times the first thing that comes to our mind is, as soon as an obstacle comes, oh, this must not be meant for me. Oh, this is too hard for me. Oh, if it was meant for me, then it'd be easy. But the reality is that just because things are not easy doesn't mean that it's not for you. It doesn't mean that you weren't supposed to be doing this thing. Now, there's a such thing as intuition. You definitely want to have your discernment up when it comes to different things so that you know when it's time to walk away. But some of us walk away too soon. We walk away too quickly. And if you're anything like me, you know, the first sign of trouble, you're at least thinking of all of the reasons why this is supposed to work. And so if we kind of think on that side there, let's talk about some reasons not to quit. So you may not have enough money. So if you're thinking about quitting your job and you don't have a savings, you better stay yourself there. Why? Because it's practical. It doesn't mean that you're going to be in love with your job every single day. There are certain times where we may think, I'd like to do something else. You know, we might look at Oprah and be like, I want her job, until a day in the life of, and then it's like, no, never mind. That's too many decisions. That's too many people. That's too much. But there may be certain aspects of our life that is a little bit harder. And then those days come. Those days come that remind us why we do what we do. But if you don't hold on for those days, chances are that you will quit too soon. So a reason not to quit: you need some money in the bank if you're thinking that you're going to pursue another dream. So keep at it until that time. Another reason not to quit: maybe you're not done learning in the place that you are right now. There's something else for you to learn. There's something else for you to get, and for you to understand that there's more pieces to the puzzle than the things that maybe you just see right now. So a lot of times I love it when we see those pictures and it's like we see an iceberg, and on the top we see an iceberg and maybe it looks really, really little. But had we kind of hit that thing head on, we don't realize the portion of the iceberg that's laying dormant under the water that requires for us to have wisdom before we move. Why? Because if you run into an iceberg, look, that destroyed the entire Titanic. If that doesn't give you enough reason for you to think about, hey, let me slow this down before I decide I want to go that particular way, I've got to think about the fact that there's still more learning for me to do. There's still something else that I need to get in the place that I am in. Now, I love it because a lot of us will say, you know, we got to grow where we're planted. And I love that. I love the premise of it. But if you're in good soil, chances are you can grow anywhere. It just depends on, have you learned enough before you move on to the next thing? So before you quit and before you drop out of that class, before you decide, you know what, that education thing is not for me. Maybe you just need a different type of learning style. Maybe you're a visual person, so being able to take on learning in a different aspect is going to mean something different for you than your colleague, than your next door neighbor, than even your kids. We all have different styles, but it doesn't automatically mean that we need to quit. Sometimes we just got to take a chance to look at it with a different perspective, a new fresh set of eyes, as a lot of times we say, and be thinking on it with a different mindset. So if we travel away from all of the things that we're used to, sometimes we'll find a new opportunity to figure out, why are we still in this thing? So understand that another reason not to quit is things could get better. You know, if you stop too soon, you miss the good part. And if you're thinking like, yeah, just around the corner is the good part, just around the corner things are going to get better, you know, just around that next promotion, it might happen. But you know, a lot of times you have to understand that, at least in my job, we reward good work with what? More work. It may not be a promotion. It may not be more money, but they're like, you know what? Karen does a good job. We should give her something else to do. Like, who thought of this for me? it's also a reason why not to quit, because your name, your face is getting in front of people that you've never met before. Understand that as we do good things in the earth, and karma and favor are on our side, whichever side you're on. If you believe in it, that's fine. If you don't, but there is a such thing as we think of manifesting beliefs and having faith that good things are going to happen. So if you got the faith to understand that good things are going to happen, that's another reason what? Not to quit. Okay. Sometimes we're only quitting because somebody else told us to. You got to think about their motives. Just because they don't see the vision the same way that you're seeing it, it doesn't mean that your vision is diminished in any capacity. Maybe you just haven't found the words to articulate exactly what it is that you want to do. But if you keep talking to the right people, don't share your dream with everybody. But if you keep talking to the right people, somebody who knows you will have an experience and understand that that frequency is the same. They'll understand exactly the language that you're talking and what it means as you're moving forward in your dream. It's just a reason not to quit. Look, one of the reasons that most people quit is because we get too emotional. So maybe in this moment, you're not thinking logically. You're not thinking in the same sense of the reasons why you started this good thing. And it's been good up to this point, and now you get to a rough point, or maybe it just knocked you on your behind and you're like, you know what? We're not going back that way again. It's okay, as long as you take the time to take the emotions out. We talk about do not internalize. Not internalizing the emotional aspect that sometimes comes with decision making. Sometimes it comes with failure. Sometimes it comes with you not wanting to take the next step to success. But if you knew you were going to win, who's going to stay in the same spot? Not me. If I know that the win is in the next spot, that's also my reason to do what? Not to quit. Yeah, we're keeping on track here. Look, as we think about not getting stuck in our emotions, making sure that we're thinking logically about the decisions that we're making, we've also got to understand that sometimes it takes more than one try for you to get success. You know, I love it because at this time, who knows when this video is going to air, but we're right in the midst of NBA finals, you know, and it's like, okay, who's going to take the championship? And you lose some, you win some, but it takes the winner of the best of 7 games. That is a lot. Look, if I beat you one time, can I just be the champion? Boxers do that. If they get in the ring and they can knock you out that one time, all of us have a good day. But when you got to realize that sometimes it takes multiple tries in order for you to get to the place of success for your life. Look, sometimes hopefully that'll let you let yourself off the hook. You don't have to get it right in the first time. As long as you learn a lesson. I love it because one of the quotes that one of my assistant directors always has around, it's forget the mistake, remember the lesson. Forget the mistake in the sense of don't let the mistake hold you back. Don't let the mistake be your reason to quit. But remember the lesson so that when you try that task again, you're sure to be closer to success the second time, maybe the third time, maybe the fourth time. Look, we're just trying to remind you to give you reasons not to quit. Understand that your success may matter more than you think. You're thinking, oh, well, that degree doesn't mean anything. Well, moms, dads, I'm here to tell you, you raise the bar for your family when you go back to school. You raise the bar for your family when you endure hardships and say, look, I did those things. I hustled and I did what I needed to do. And then not only do you set an example for your children and grandchildren and nieces and nephews, aunties, look, we are needed. Why? Because our nieces and nephews need the wisdom that once upon a time was so easily and readily available to us. Aunties don't get the respect all the time as they should. Uncles either. You know, we got to put it out there. Back in the day, you would go to uncle for information when you needed to know what was going on in your life. It's very, very important for you to be reminded of why are you moving forward? What's your reason not to quit? Because guess what? Your success, even though you don't understand how much it'll matter to you tomorrow, it matters to the people who are watching you today. They need to know that they can win because they've seen you do it. So every win that you allow to push yourself forward for, you get to secure a win for somebody else who's behind you, for somebody else who's ready to give up, for somebody else who's been right there to not understand my testimony, but they see your story and like, you know what, I can't do it like Karen, but I could do it like Mary. I could do it like Erica. And then we move forward and we get to see more wins. Look, I keep telling you, I am here for the party. And if you quit, that's a reason not to quit, because I can't come to the party. Understand it's so important. Look, you got to understand the thought of somebody is dependent on you, and anything worth having is worth working for. We're here for you at Twisted Threads, and we want to continue to remind you that the winner is inside of you, but you got to put in the work. We can't do it all for you, but we're here to walk alongside you. We're here to encourage you on a daily basis, to remind you not to quit. Why? Because the win is just up along the way. And as you keep pushing, and as we keep pushing with you, we'll be able just to say we did it. Be able to say we've accomplished those things that we set our goals. And because I always try to remind you all, I am a goal success life coach. That means that I help people set goals, but I also give them strategy on how to get to the other side. These are your reasons not to quit. Remember to like and share these videos, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Hopefully this was something helpful for you today. You've got a reminder today on the reason to keep on going. You can't quit. Why? Because I need a party right now. We're moving forward together. We're so glad you joined us. Remember, as always, make it an amazing day.
Reflections of Purpose.